I wasn't really planning on reviewing anything else so soon after my last one, but fate's forced my hand a bit because I was given this really beautiful item to review, and I might actually be lending it to someone for a job later in the week. So if I'm going to unbox it, I've got to do it now because I've got to see if it works. So this is a micro boom pole made by Røde, and obviously Røde don't have the best reputation for boom poles, but I don't really like shitting on a cheap brand because, you know, I feel like money shouldn't necessarily be a barrier to entry to the industry. And to be fair to Røde, they make the NTG3, which is one of the shotgun mics I own. It's actually a really solid, really good mic. It's excellent value for what it is. I don't hold out a lot of hope for this. The only other Røde boom pole I've used is their sort of small, what was their previous entry level one, which was kind of short and had a really squeaky hand grip, and it was just, you know, generally quite unpleasant and noisy to use. This is super cheap. I can't remember what it cost. I think it was in the region of £10, which is ridiculous. It says it's optimised for use with the video micro. I don't know what that is. I think it's a super small microphone, which I'm guessing means it can't take a lot of weight, and there's certainly not a lot of weight to the box. It does say it's 100% carbon fibre, which I don't really understand why, if you're making something budget, that would be a priority, because sure, carbon's light, but this is really small, and yeah, it's strong, but why would you take cheap carbon over like a metal alloy when carbon, when you put it under a lot of force, if it's not particularly thick, it's more likely to snap. So maybe they just thought it looked cool in a boy racerish kind of way. I don't know what the logic was there. Adjustable foam grips, modular design. It's not really screaming boom pole at me at the moment, but I'm willing to keep an open mind. So, you know, who knows? This could be the next generation of filmmaking. So what I'm hoping is this can be used for a sit-down interview that a friend's doing for basically a no-budget project. Okay, already I'm confused because it comes with... I actually don't know what these are. They look like they're clips of the right diameter to go around the pole with a sort of... I don't know, they look like cable management clips maybe, but for a very thin cable. Yeah, I'll come back to that one. What the fuck? I mean, I don't think I've ever needed an instruction manual for a boom pole before, but I'm actually glad this came with one, because it... What is this? Listen. I don't know. It's modular, which I don't hate. If you're using sit-down interviews and you're on a budget, you could just build it, make it the right length, leave it. I mean, it's only really critical for PSC work where you have to be able to sort of collapse and change your boom pole. They're quite nice. I'm sort of getting a bit of a Rebel Alliance vibe off the foam that was used to hold the sections together. Okay. Oh, it's very light. They weren't lying. Also, it looks quite like those sort of bulrush plants. If you're doing a sort of nativity, was it a nativity? What had the bulrushes? Moses. If you're doing a recreation of the story of Moses, and your prop department is short of money, I mean, for a tenner, you got 2 bulrushes already. Okay. Do they just screw together? I don't understand why it has 2 hand grips. I mean, that's more of a motorbike vibe than a, oh my god, boom pole vibe. I think the reason it's got 2 hand... No, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. No. I don't know why it's got 2 hand grips. It has a quick start guide. it's really small writing and I have ADHD. Just enjoy the sound of my heating for a while. Sorry, this is really long. I should probably edit this. I can't read this. It's too boring. Look, it's got 3 bits. You screw them together. I'm assuming the reason you have 2 handholds is because you can then make it longer and still have a handhold on the end. Although why you couldn't just always keep that bit at the bottom, I don't know. So that logic actually makes no sense. What I'm more interested in is, will it support a microphone? Because this is a no budget project, I'm sort of lending them some older kit. This is my 416, which I've had for a long time. According to much more experienced recorders than me, this is actually older than me. It's probably of the region of 45 years old. It's a really lovely microphone and it sounds great. If you know your 416s, you'll know they're not the most forgiving microphones. So actually, you know, I'm lending this to people who are not going to have a sound recordist on set. So, you know, the placement is actually quite important with these mics because they are very tight, narrow pickup patterns and they don't sound amazing off axis. So it's a bit of a risk, but I'm going to give them some coaching, and I don't know why I'm telling you this. More importantly, the foam that came with this for some reason is bigger than the universe, and I've never seen a boom pole with instructions before, and I've never seen a mic foam for a standard shotgun mic that was bigger than my head before. But there you go. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, I mean, not gonna lie, I wouldn't rig this above the head of a well-known litigious actor or a CEO of a company, but would I rig it over the head of some 20-something student filmmakers? Yeah, probably, if I'm honest. I mean, look at that bounce. I can't hear it creaking, that's something. A bit of an addendum, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it actually started bouncing when I rigged it because of the flexibility in the pole, and that was quite a while ago and it hasn't stopped bouncing since. I think I might have discovered perpetual motion. I'm not really sure what that means in terms of the sort of material strength of the pole, whether it's going to fall apart and possibly kill some student filmmakers. I know I can't keep doing addendums because it's nonsense, but basically there's a bit of rubber on the end that you attach to the mic, and you don't know if you can see it looks a bit like a beret at the moment. I think when I started that was a symmetrical piece of rubber, but the problem is just by screwing in the mic mount it kind of collapsed and then the mic got very loose and then I had to tighten it again, which just squashed the piece of rubber. So yeah, I don't think that's going to last very long and maintain a very stable connection, although at the moment it's not swivelling and it feels fine. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, I don't hate it. It's 10 quid and it saves you gaffer taping a microphone to a sweeping broom. I really don't know why it's got 2 handles. If I had the attention span to read the instructions, I might. I don't know why the handle moves, that's also deeply annoying, and I've not figured out how to actually rig this. Also, I wouldn't go to the 3rd section with anything other than the mic they recommend using it with because the weight is an issue.